Today we'll be discussing on that input and output. Okay, in the data input and output, what is this mean? Data input can be something like we can pass parameters using command line arguments. You can pass numbers using printf scanf. Okay, this is the output one, this is the input one. There are different ways of writing input. Okay, this is one command reading the input from console. Okay, when you run execute compile and run, it will ask enter a character. Scanf will read the character, it will store into the C file. This part of the reading is nothing but reading from a console. Okay, what is console? If you do execute compile and run, we'll get one window. Okay, that window called console. Let's see. Yeah, it is coming. Yeah, this is called console. Okay, see, it is enter a character. This is scanf. What scanf is doing? It will read the data, whatever the data we write there, whatever the character we write there, it will store into this file. It's a character. See, this is called console. In this console, if I press E, that means scanf will read the take this E as a value of the C. It will store into the C. Okay, this E, whatever the value I am writing here, and press enter. What it is happening? This E will store into the C. In the C, only that E is there. Now what I am doing? C minus 32. It will convert into something. This C. What is the ASCII value of C? Something else. Okay, that minus 32. That will come to, suppose C value is 95. 95 minus 32, something 57 or whatever it may be. What is the ASCII value of 57 is small capital E, something like that. Okay, this is the reading, that is called data input. See, data input this is. And then we are what how what which function we use for data reading now? Scanf. For output printf slash n value of c equal to percentage C. This is called output. This is input. We are taking input from console. Okay, there are different ways of taking input from command line, input from file. Okay, in future we will get those things. Okay, let's see the program structure now. Okay, documentation section is nothing but comments. Why we are documenting this is called documentation. If you write any program, you need to document properly here. What is the purpose of this program? Who is the author of this program? This is author. Okay, that means owner of this program. Instead of author, you can make it at owner. What it may. This is called a multi-line comment. Okay. Yeah, who is the owner of this program? And date, you can mention today's date. and then purpose. What purpose you are writing? Then what is the code? What the code does? Program to convert lowercase to uppercase. Yeah, this is called documentation section. Okay, what I have documented: the owner of the person, owner, and then date, what date this file is got created, and then purpose, why we are writing program. This is the program. Okay, this is called documentation section. This section is documentation section. And then preprocessor statements, link section. Preprocessor, in this place hash is the preprocessor. Okay, this stdio.h, this is also header file. .h means header files. In the c.c means c file, .h means header file. Header file will be placed into some location. This is the already when you install C program, these header files are automatically installed. This will be there in the wherever the C installed directory, dev C++, somewhere in that location, this header file will be there. Okay, this is the preprocessor. Hash is nothing but preprocessor. Include means whatever the stdio.h will be there, whatever the code inside stdio, same similar kind of code will be there. In this stdio.h, what are the things are there? This printf, this scanf, this getch, all these three functions will be there in the stdio.h. Okay, then okay, this is already predefined stdio.h. Can't we create the similar kind of another same like that stdio.h? Yeah, in future we'll see how to write our own header files. Okay, next we'll see that. Okay, this is called preprocessor section. You can write a number of header files. Okay, string.h, stdio.h, all kind of things. Next one is global declarations. Global declaration section. This is link section. What we are just linking this .h file into that .h file in present in the some uh, this C colon program files somewhere dev cpp. Yeah, in this dev cpp bin, in this place stdio.h file will be there somewhere, lib or somewhere it should be there. You can search here. You see stdio.h, see .h file, header file. You can see properties. You can see the full file name. See .h file name is the .h. Okay, type of file .h, and then this is there in the C colon dev include. Okay, in this location the .h is file is there by default. This include will link to that folder, and then it will read this file. Okay, this is called linking section. This is preprocessor. Here hash is nothing but preprocessor. Okay, someone will say what is hash? Hash is nothing but preprocessor. Okay, then global declaration section. Whatever the variables that declared in the inside main are called local variables. These are called local variables declaration. Global variables means before main, whatever the int k. Okay, if you int or char or double float anything. float average, whatever it may be, you can put. This is called global declaration section. Okay, and then main function. This is the main function. And then local declaration section. Local declarations. What is local declarations here? These are called local declaration. Same kind of thing. You can, if you keep this as a here, this will also be a global declaration. If you keep inside the inside main function, this is called local declaration. And then program statements and expressions. These are called program statements and expressions. And then user defined functions. This is the main is the predefined function. Then program execution starts with the main function only. Then user defined functions, similar kind of thing. Okay, something kind of user defined functions, something we can define void this is a user defined function. Okay, I am just adding you can put anything. Okay, printf, I am just printing testing function. It's just I'm just writing dummy function. Okay, you need to call that function here somewhere. This is also function. Get ch also. Printf also one function. Scanf also one function. Same, this is user defined function. These are predefined functions that are present in stdio.h. These functions are there in the stdio.h. This function is user defined function. I'm just calling here. Okay. Why? Okay, this is the function. What about this? These are parameters to that function. Here I don't, there is no parameters here. That's why I'm keeping empty. Okay, we'll see in the function section how to pass parameters, how, what, everything we'll explain. I'm just telling that program statement expressions, uh, local declarations, user defined functions. This is called user defined function. Okay, this is the function calling. Just to save, you can run. I just called this function. What this function do, it will print only testing function. That's it. This output will get. Let's see. Execute, compile and run. You see, I got the testing function. Okay, this I just call this function. This is the user defined function. Okay, user defined means we are defining. Okay, this is called, we can say, structure of C program, or uh, something like C program structure. Okay, structure of C program. Okay, next thing will be in this here. This is the documentation section. This is the preprocessor section. This is the main function printf. Okay, and then here nothing. Okay, now I have explained with this clear example. Okay, what are the global variables, what are the local variables, what are functions. Okay, user defined functions, how to call functions, how to call functions using parameters. These are parameters passing to the printf function. Okay, okay, next one will be input output. Okay, in this input output, yeah, in this example clearly, please enter any two numbers. Scan of %ld. This is the space. If you give space 1 2, it will, and then print. Okay, simple function. Let's see. or else you can do everything in the function itself. I am writing here. Okay, no objection. Just you simply call this function here. Okay, what it will do, program execution starts with main function. Again this sub function calls. Again it go to sub. In this sub it will do all these operations. Okay, and then get ch will come and then return 0. Okay, this sub will call this function. Again this all these things it will execute. Okay, let's run this. Okay, this is in the function also we need to declare variables at the top of that or immediately after brackets. Okay, this is called declaration. Okay, okay, this is the output. Printf will do give just output only. Scanf will read the file. Okay, input. Scanf will be the input thing. Okay, this is the sum assignment. C equal to a plus b, sum of two numbers, addition of two numbers equal to percentage c. Execute, compile and run. See here, please enter any two numbers. It should be space. One number you have to give and then some space you have to give and then another number. These two things will store into the a and b, these two variables. And then c. Okay, please enter two numbers. Okay, 5 space 6. Yeah, it will store 5 into a and then 6 will store into b and then enter. Okay, 6 plus 5, 6 plus 5, a plus b. This sum will store into the c and then we are whatever percentage d, that is integer, and c value we are printing. C value is 11. Now c value is 11. Okay, this is how it works. It is these people are 12 and then 3. This okay, execute. Already I have done compile. Now you just to do run. Okay, if you want to test this once again. 34, yeah, 56. Again enter also it is working. 90. Okay, addition of two numbers. If you give space also it will take. If you enter and then add one also it is taking. Okay, both things it is working now. This is a simple program to add two numbers. Okay, what if the variables are global? Yeah, it will also work. There is a purpose to do global variables. Global means it can be visible in other programs. Suppose if the value a equals to abc and then c is equal to abc. Now if I do the print statement after here, okay, now you see what this sub will do. It will read data from file and then it will store some data. Now c value will be the whatever the a plus b. That c value I am printing in the main function. Why it will print now? Because the c can be visible to all the functions. That's why these are global variables now. Let's see, execute, compile and run. See, the addition of two numbers is 7. That means this c is visible. This is global variables. That's why it can access throughout the program. Okay, what if I do instead of here, if I do here. Now these are local variables, local to that function only. That's why the C value cannot be visible. We'll get something error at undeclared variable C. We'll definitely get, because this scope of this variable is can work only inside this place only, but outside it will not be visible. That's why whatever the variable declaration inside any function, those are visible only only in that function only. That's why it will not be visible to other functions, because these are local to this function only. If you want to make a global, okay, let's run this one. You will see some execute, compile and run. You see, at C undeclared. That's what the C is not declared. Means we have done declaration in this function. Then in this function there is no declaration. If you keep int C in the top, then you can clear here, because we should not declare the same twice inside the program. Okay, inside functions you can declare, no problem, no issues. In the declare in this function a and b, in this function a and b, you can declare, no problem. Now I have declared C as a global function and global variable. Global means it can access all the programs. Right now I have only two functions. You can make 100 functions. We can access this C into 100 functions. That is what the difference between global and local variable. Compile and run. You see, program is running. 448. You see, addition of two numbers is 8. Now addition stored into the global variable C. We are printing global variable in other functions as well. Okay, this variable can be visible to all the functions. I think you have understood the what are global and then what are local. What is the scope of global? It can access entire program. We can we can access this C value entire program, whereas this one within this function only we can access. Okay, if you put printf percentile d a b here outside, it won't work. Okay, these are all about input and output, accessing variables from different places. These are the inside main, that's why local variables. And then next one will be C format specifiers. Wait, these are the parts. Okay, we did percentile d for integer, percentile c for character. That's what are the format specifiers available in C. Okay, percentile d for integer, percentile f for float, percentile c for character. String format specifier is percentile s. Unsigned integer is percentile u. Long int for ld. These are called format specifiers. How to do? You see, percentile d. If you want to print integer, you need to put scanf or printf percentile d c. That c value is integer. That's why we use percentile d. These are called format specifiers. Okay. If you want to print string, you need to put percentile s. Suppose something like char str equals to hello. Then how to print this? Printf percentile s str something. You need to do like this. Okay, save. this whatever the str function, whatever the hello will print here. Okay, and then this is the integer we have already done. And then character also, yesterday we have seen that example, print something lowercase and then uppercase characters using the ASCII value. There you see %LC. Same like that you can use LD for long double. %LF is for float. Something like how to print this float value. Printf %LF comma p. Okay, you can put /n. You want to print all outputs in a new line, and then this will be float value is equal to %LF. String value equal to %LS star str. Something like this. Okay, see for f it is a float value printing, for s string printing, any string, for d integers. Okay, same like for c characters, for d all these things. These are called format specifiers. All the percentile whatever you mention, these are called format only 6 format specifiers available in C. Let's run this program. Let's see how it runs. Execute, compile and run. You see float value equals to 300. Why it is coming? Something problem is here. You see float value equals to this one. String value equals to hello. Please enter something. Okay, let's see. You can put /n here also to get a new line. Save. I have kept /n for all the places. Okay, coming to new line. Execute, compile and run. Yeah, you see float value 10.0030. Okay, something extra zeros came, and then string value whatever the hello is there, it was print in the console. Okay, hello also printed. Please enter two numbers. Yeah, 7 is the integer. Sum of this whatever the percentage it is showing C. Okay, I think you have got a clear idea on what are format specifiers, where to use. Okay, these are format specifiers, and then we have done three of these three things we use extensively. Okay, and also in the float also, if you want only these two characters, if you want, then you can do 0.2. If you put you can mention that how many after decimals, after point, how many numbers you want to keep. Yeah, you can choose 0.2. You can choose. Execute. Oh, let's close this. Execute, compile and run. Now you will see after decimals only 2, in the float you will see only 2. You see 10.00. Now what the input? 10.0003. You see, it was rounded and then printed here. Okay. Okay, with this we'll stop this today's session. Next session we'll go to decision making. Okay, if statement.